The tooltips on this screen are actually pretty useful. Look at this one. Need to do something behind Lieutenant Kitsuragi's back. Sneak out after he's gone to sleep. That's our guy who's following us around. Kim, our homie. He's cool. If we need to do something behind his back, we can sneak out after he's gone to sleep. We haven't even been to nighttime yet. It's so weird. It seems like the time in this game is 1-to-1. Like, it's 5:25. And we've been playing it for 6 hours or so. We haven't hit nighttime yet, so I think the timer is sort of 1-to-1 down here. It's funky. I guess we keep looking around. This place is bizarre though. Like, I kind of get what's going on, but I don't see how it's relevant to anything that we're trying to figure out with this murder mystery. We've wandered off somewhere crazy. The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There is a hidden doorway here. Go in there. Can we actually get in there? Two rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
You look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
There's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
It's not functional. I don't think you're going to be blasting anyone with a rifle in this game. A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Cool. Well, that actually might be useful information. Antique Belle McGrath rifle. Frozen ice cream maker that's still running. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. We got stairs here, but there's still stuff that we haven't explored. Money! Cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Let's start unplugging things.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Just
Why did
unplug
you do
everything.
that?
Why did you do that? I don't know, because I could. I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason. It's black. It's not like the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
So we're losing this roll because of our equipment. We need a better pry bar. Minus 20 pry bar, not strong enough. Better grip of gloves because we're wearing the gloves.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
What is
A
this?
thick layer of
Furnace.
coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
What is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside. Yeah, there's got to be, with that skill check for cracking it open, there's got to be something to do with the cables, some other way to get it open, I guess.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Smear your hands with coal. These voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. We've got a 58% roll here to yell hello into the furnace. I guess we should just try it. Physical instrument 2. +1 because we called Slipstream SCA again. How bizarre. Guess we'll try this.
You muster all
Fucking
your
hell.
strength and yell.
Heck.
Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more than a dry croak. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there.
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
Put skill points into physical instrument to open this white check. Smear your hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid.
Kick it. Ow, that hurt my health. Health critical. Am I actually just going to die? I'm actually
You
just
feel
dead.
something in your chest, an unnatural pressure.
I actually just died from
It's
kicking the
spreading
furnace.
to your left arm.
So I'm guessing this is
Jaw.
bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end. Bad. All you feel is pain. Cops,
You literally just died.
a detective lieutenant of the RCM.
Oh god, it's mashed a bunch of buttons. This is why we're saving a lot. We are very physically incapable. Oh dude, did I have a sooner save than this? This is the closest save we have, isn't it? Got to do this again.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall.
Seems like an old burnt. There is, yes. And there also...
Your hand reaches.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty
That's a rare sight. It means there are firearms.
He likes this find. This orange machine is buzzing like a turning the crank. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. 2 cables are plugged into the brick.
Just leave that alone for now. I'm not really sure what that does.
A thick layer of coal. Looks like this furnace has a face.
Looks like it. Looks like an old... No one has used it in ages.
It's dark.
What are you doing? Wait, really? You should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
I don't mean to cheat and attempt to re-roll again here. Because it's obviously so easy to just save scum in this, with the rolls. Like, it's a PC game. You got multiple save files, quick save. So I could just save and reload over and over again to get this. I've been trying to resist that temptation. Which is like, if I mess something up, just deal with it and move on. But I died and it's here again, so...
Something.
No, we get it. Cheating. Actually cheating.
A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then...
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths.
Hello?
Hello?
You've awakened the entity.
The entity. I summoned the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit. Just say hello.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Do I still want to smear my hands with coal?
A lush layer of coal. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No.
Alright, well, sort of unintentionally cheated a bit there, but hey.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
Not sure I want to mess with the power box.
Two cables are plugged into an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
How much longer for this? 2 hours, 20 minutes. For our factual memory to return. I turned the bear off. I don't know what that does. Ooh, cool. Healing item. Insane mesh tank top. +1 drama. Where did you even get that one? No, really? Who put it in that drawer? Dude, look at this tank top. Oh, yeah, now we're ready to hit the club. Ladies, look out. +1 drama. We do actually have bullets. I think there's... You can get a gun, shoot things at some point, I guess. We are... back here. Huh. Get my bearings. This was the hotel we came out of, yeah? Interesting. We've wrapped back around up here because this was the call box, yeah? Oh, cool. A little bit of a shortcut path there. But we spoke to someone about opening up that curtain upstairs. I thought that would go somewhere, but I guess it was back up in the shop.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
That's just speculation. We don't know anything for sure.
Not quite. You do know that there's something unusual about this company's business model.
Yes?
I don't think I've been up here at all. Whoa, there's someone up there. Oh, that must be who we spoke to. Postcard, La Delta 51. Sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist, vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. I'm guessing this was closed. I know I didn't come up here before. I'm pretty sure if I came up here, this would have been closed until we spoke to this guy. Well, I'm kind of glad that we died and went back and re-rolled that one. So now we're in here. Tray is full of dice. Oh, this is our D&D nerd, isn't it? With the tray full of dice. Are they all D20s? Candy dispenser to contain thousands of dice. Who's this guy? The dungeon master. He's got headphones on.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
At no point have I actually gone to the body or investigated the body. That's probably something we should have done right from the start. I probably should go do that, yeah. When we're questioning all these people, we haven't actually been to the body or done anything about it yet. What do you mean by Milius?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
I haven't knocked on your window. I guess... Who did we speak to from the chimney then if she's rocking the headphones and can't hear? I thought it was her.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
No, I was looking for something else. Answers. Sure. I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Do we need the whole life story? How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
It's a classic. Do you like your job and the place you work? It's like, no, but I like getting paid.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
I don't know about die. I'm not really spending much money at the moment until I really know I need something. What do you know about the man who was lynched? Let's just ask about the murder.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
The ruckus. The daily ruckus.
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
Look at that drama check. Medium. That was a medium drama check. I think that... Isn't that what I skilled up? Oh no, I didn't do drama. I did rhetoric. Oh, this is starting to make a bit more sense now. Okay. So every point we put into these is just giving us a base rate. So obviously we have 2, 3, 2. But then there could be items. So all of these what started on 6. Our logic is 7 and our rhetoric is 7 because I've spent points leveling them up. Encyclopedia is 7 because we have a bonus from forts. Yeah. So this fort cabinet is giving that +1 to encyclopedia. So that's at 7. Drama's at 7 for a bonus from items. What item is giving us plus? Oh, it's the tank top we put on. Alright. So yeah, it's the base and then the bonuses. Interesting. Still sort of hard to think how that relates. Like when it does the check, it's like, this is a 10 and you're a 13. I'm like, dude, as far as I know, I'm like a 7 in things. It's making a bit more sense. It's the classic every fucking RPG. Every time. Especially what was the other Outer Worlds. There's so many of those RPGs where they make you choose all of these things before you even play the game. And I'm like, dude, I've got no idea what's actually going to happen in this game or how the systems work or what I really want. It'd be good if you could play the game for like an hour or two and be thrown a few challenges or things to get a feel of what you're meant to be doing and then make your character. But it's like 6.5 hours in. It's like, oh, now I actually understand how all these things work. It would have been good doing that and knowing at the start when I created all that bullshit.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
She looks up at the window. Pale light comes in. And you never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
That's true. If it was at night, and she's got the light inside. That's sort of how light works, isn't it?
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
Yeah. So that's a fair.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Fair. Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
What is it? A die? Do you know the Waral Untethered setting? I want a die for that. Do you have any cursed dice? Your most extraordinary die? Just a normal die for me, please. Very regular. Guess we should ask about this thing.
Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wiro Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course.
Ice, death, loss. Sounds like you.
Deep.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
Why do you need to cast... What's a standard role-playing die?
It's an icositetrahedron, a 24-sided die
24?
that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
Loving it. So nifty.
So nifty. Why do you need to cast it in resin?
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect.
We're not spending money for
Maybe
now.
you have some other ideas for dice?
Do you have any cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
As cursed as my life. Abracadabra perished like this world.
Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die.
Sounds like a scam.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
I don't actually know what die I want at all. I assume we probably want one for this game, don't we? But...
How about an amber die?
Amber, a poor man's gold?
Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful, really, and has been treasured since the ancient times. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
I'm looking for something to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
She opens the top drawer of her work desk and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue, are cradled in her palm.
Police colors.
Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Ooh, free dice.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
I'm gonna try to catch him. -1, totally overthinking it. Will something bad happen if we miss? Morale hit or something?
Mr. Smooth Move.
Oh, we got it.
You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Wink at the dice maker. Say nothing. Act like you've done this 1,000 times.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Move.
Nice. We're Mr. Smooth Mover, smoothing it with the die lady.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
Where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
How do you explain what happened to all those companies then?
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Hey, to be honest, number 2, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
The whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off and customers have trouble paying bills. It doesn't really look like it's cursed, I must say.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
I'll be the first to admit that there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
No.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
There's a lot of threads here about her being the curse, but would that be implying that she's actively doing something malicious? I don't think so. Seems like a pretty chill, nice die lady. Only business decisions. Starting to see that there is no curse. Only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Oof. Shivers. What's shivers? Can't really see it from... It's like... Oh no, shivers. Raise the hair on your neck. Tune in to the city. What the hell? My shivers is very low. Is she sus? Why hasn't her business failed? Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Oh my god, look at all this. There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
She tucks a strand of hair under the headscarf. I don't know, is she sus? Maybe she is sus. What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
How did that community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieux. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Hectic.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists?
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects.
Really? Anyway.
She looks at the windowsill where a dead fly is lying on its back, legs curled up in a bow tie. What should we be doing with the flies? What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skids and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them?
I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
Nerds.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
I mean, jeez, imagine nerds getting into a fight over D&D or WoW or something. Couldn't possibly imagine that.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed, what were the other ideas?
I don't care about their other ideas, I just want to hear about the bear. I guess we should ask the other ideas.
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
She leans back, disapproving.
Fritta does the same thing.
Fritta. Oh, that's the girl with the hat in that store? I mean, she didn't seem that bad. What did they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up to work at all.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex
I do.
predator.
I would go to that
To
fridge.
make
It's
matters
awesome.
worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
Worth it for the bear.
Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I killed the bear. You unplugged it.
You did what?
Oh, making her angry? She rolls her swivel chair an inch closer to you, unsure whether she heard you right. I unplugged the fridge to help Revachol Ice City cut their losses.
Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the bear is costing them money.
I got 5 XP for that, for unplugging the bear and then telling her about it.
The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Okay.
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
Why is everyone doing drugs in this place? Even the taxidermist?
Megatherion?
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
This is like a Harry Potter Patronus that just rocks up with a bunch of meth. We might be neutral on the drug side. I don't have a comment on drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad, finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
She's the empty name card then. Got so much dialogue with this lady. A strange thing happened when I tried calling a company named Slipstream SCA. Someone answered.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
First, it wasn't Plaisance. I know her, and I would have recognized her voice.
Oh, right. But did this person say anything?
She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
There's a moment before she recognizes the name.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
We established that was a recording as well.
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
It may have been some sort of rare electrical anomaly.
A prank is more likely, no? Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
So you're telling me the doorbell with the empty name card was yours?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I was wondering about the whirling in rags. Is it part of the same building complex?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
The whirling in rags, is that the hotel that we started at?
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
I saw a name East Delta Pinball on the doorbell.
Right, it used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
Hey, ragging on pinball's cool. I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
God, we've been through so much. The intercom.
I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure. What do you want? Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
We got the shivers thing, but that's a whole 3%. Is it? It's hard to know if there's like a penalty to trying it. I kind of want to try it. Dude, 3% is pointless. We got the cop die, red and blue. 20-sided die of the colors of a police alarm. Bloodstone for red and lapis lazuli lule for blue. If you roll them and squint your eyes, it looks like you're arriving on the scene. And it's raining. Note: look at the map tab in journal to see which white checks have opened. What? Map tab in journal to see which white checks have opened. Oh god, I don't think I've ever been here. These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. Ah, yeah, because we've left some behind. It's keeping track of them for us. That was the 3%. That was, we didn't have the pry bar. That one was just weak, and it didn't have the stoppers on the end. Warded door. Map wall was stealing the map. Measurehead was that big boy. The seaman guy. Interesting. Cool. Definitely need a hard save after all that. We've
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
actually done here now. God, that took forever. Where to next then? I think we're done here for now. We could try to buy some dye or do the shivers check thing. I want these boots. Is that sort of everything then? I feel like that's sort of everything in this area, isn't it? We could go back and talk to the bookstore keeper. It's getting late though. It's 6:40. We've got about 2.5 hours until nighttime.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus. Pause dramatically.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in. I am in no position to give our personal opinions. Drama. Should we be dramatic? Drama it up? Leeching life energy from this bookstore.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
We should... we may as well just tell her about the dice maker. I don't know if that would be bad.
A novelty dice Peacemaker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman, like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
Don't say that you don't have any answer yet.
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Oh my god. She says there is no curse. She says it's just capitalism. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system. We could lie. About the taxidermist? Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. I feel like we've got 3 different threads here. Maybe we should go with the logic. The narrative she built herself, it does need tearing down. It's just capitalism. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system. I mean, that's the real answer, isn't it? We are a cop. We should stop fucking around and just be real.
Wait, what? The entire economic system is cursed?
That's the real answer, isn't it? I'm afraid that only world revolution... Yes, the system must be cleansed of immigrant labor. Jesus. It's true. We live in a precarious world. Nothing ever turns out right. You need to get used to chaos.
Precarious world? Economy?
She looks down at the pendant in her trembling hands. I'm telling it to her real.
I understand what's going on here. You went in there, rummaged around, and accomplished nothing. And now you're telling me these intellectual things to cover up for it. It's okay. You don't have to. I was wrong to trust another person. I will manage this psychic calamity as I always have. Alone. On my own. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
Well, we got a whole 70 experience. A level up. She didn't seem too happy on our response. But what we didn't tell her what she wanted to hear, though. So we went back there, and it's just a lady making dice, yo. There's nothing back there. She doesn't want to hear that.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
Yeah, sort of.
There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
A bit.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
I guess. Kind of all ultimately went nowhere, didn't it? We have a level. Oh, so we need 100 experience for a skill point. What are we gonna level? I don't know. Another hour for this. Maybe visual calculus looked pretty good. Composure. Interfacing. Pick locks and pockets. I reckon I should... Perception seems good, but I might get most of the intellect. I don't know, maybe I should level up the lower ones so they can keep up a bit. Or just forget physique and try to brain our way for everything. Visual calculus? It seems to pop up less, but... It might be relevant by the time I actually go to this dead body. Drama's pretty good. Lying our ass off. Lying to people does seem to get us a lot of places. We need to stop lying eventually, though. Let's just go this. Go the default. I was thinking about. Gonna end up with a bajillion save files. So much to explore. I really think we actually have to look at this body, don't we? Bag we constantly need. But it's getting late. If we're going to do anything, we should go to the body. I think it's up here, isn't it? We probably should have gone here right at the start. There he is. Is this kid throwing stones at it? Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Gross. Hey! You little dick.
Kuno's got this!
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. Oh my god, we really should have gone here right first from the start of the game. All the people we've been questioning, we haven't even looked at the dead body once. There's probably so many questions and things we could have got.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness.
Damn.
Like a gremlin.
Damn. That's wild.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno!
Yells the other kid behind the fence. Hey kid, a word. Do we gotta bring the strong arm down on this kid?
Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
The children ignore you.
Love it in the dick.
Wow, that's really rude. They actually censored that word. Go there, go. What? Sheesh.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Perception side.
The kid is obviously high.
Really? He's like 12. Stop getting high at my crime scene.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah! Right in the mouthhole!
Shits himself?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
These kids are horrible.
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno is not a gardener.
Stop with these kids. Dude, I want to slap this kid around a bit. Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
It's true, you can sort of decide if you're going to sit down and have an honest heart-to-heart with these kids. Are you kids siblings?
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
Jesus. Kid, you want to hang out? I'm not a narc.
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Show us what you got. The body. What do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Jesus.
Looks like you're a faggoty now. whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
I mean, who he was.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone.
Do you know how it got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it happening.
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
The city's too large for him to have left. But he wasn't here either. So where was he?
You didn't really leave the city. Where were you?
Told you, pig bacon. Kuno doesn't do regional. Kuno's been to places you wouldn't dream of. Fucking Mesk. Or, I dunno, some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Isn't that the cyberpunk place? Isn't that what the... Yeah, he was off in cyberpunk.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
It's a fictional city name. We could ask, where is Night City?
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city. Night City. Rage City. The city of rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's city, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
Jesus. I like the other one's Kuno S.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
Jesus. Discuss the bodies, just those
The fuck
questions
about it?
again, yeah.
You're test.
Get lost.
About the crime scene, you kids often play in this yard?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something
Yeah, whatever.
else.
Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Interesting. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying.
Oh, I think we're pissing him off now, yeah.
Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you.
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno. Help! Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Jesus. Should we just leave? This seems problematic. I don't know if we're going to win with these two. No, I might just leave for now.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
I'm pretty sure we could take this kid.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Bye! Got fucked by the Kuno. We alright? You wanna get fucked again? Come back.
Jesus, we got a morale hit from that kid just berating us then. Dude, can I just deck him? Just belt him over the face with this torch? The letter R wears a crown on the ribbon below, a light above descending. Should we just ditch the light for now?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
Well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's just a hunch. Maybe someone threw something in there?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
I should probably heal my morale after taking that hit.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
We got that visual calculus, baby, before we went to the crime scene. Get an exact count.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Cool. Look, we got the little crime scene icons. Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
Huh. That's a lot.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
The right sole is smoother.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
A heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
Good thinking.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between 2 men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
Light step, number 41 shoe.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
There's an aberration. One sole is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd sole.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
So one of the people we're looking for is a drummer. Well, that's an idea. I don't want to call him stupid. Like, you may as well spitball these ideas. There's weird options because he's given us two things. It could be a joiner, it could be a drummer. Sort of ignoring whatever the hell a joiner is.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe.
Like seeing an actual car driver.
The accelerator is on the right.
Yeah. I was actually thinking the exact same thing. Nod. Interesting. If only I'd come up with that idea.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south.
I want to give him
toward
credit.
The traffic jam.
That good
instead.
thinking.
The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
They're all drivers, aren't they?
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The lieutenant writes the information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
Oh, we needed to do this a lot earlier.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
Brutal.
You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
We're not enduring the smell well. God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
I can't handle the smell.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
I hate these kids. If I stand here, will I get hit?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
There's gonna be a morale hit.
The
I won't
body
throw up,
below
yeah?
is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
It might be more if I push it though, if we take the morale hit.
There he still is, looking. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind,
I think we're gonna puke.
flushing you from within.
Try to walk away. Uh-oh. There it goes, there it goes. Just let it out. Ugh. Nasty. Ugh.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out.
Burst by burst. Yuck.
Until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Fucking corpse.
Keep it.
Blue checkered handkerchief. Thanks. So why would we be a dick to Kim and say, I don't need your pity? Thanks, Kim.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Where do we get ammonia from?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Cool. So we need ammonia before
There
we can check
he
this
still
body.
is, looking.
This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Perception, sight. Why am I looking at this pile of the roofing material?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
I want to look at these things first. Wait, can I actually get there? I don't think I can walk over there. Whoa. I need to quickly BRB before we get into this. I might actually do a full break. I'll just BRB quickly. So what is going on in here? Look at that pig head. And it looks like some weird stuff in here. The yellow highlighted things seem to be... If it's something is highlighted yellow, is it because it's related to like our skills? Or some sort of skill or stat? An empty tube of magnesium supplement. A magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy, magnesium-rich life. Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. The poster says, "Get out of the way, or get fucked up." A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart.
Oh.
It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Sweet, sweet amphetamine.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere? I wasn't thinking about taking it, I swear. I was thinking about justice. I've heard amphetamines make you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective? I think one's the sort of the vague, like, perhaps the police should interfere?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Oh, is this a path around what we first wanted to do? Yeah, let's lay off the amphets. I don't think Kim would be too happy. He's wigging out.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
I think if he says anything more to say, it pops up in the corner. From this party system, I wonder if we ever get any more people who hang out with us. Oh my god, this is a whole thing. I think we shouldn't... This seems... Is this actually like on the other side of where we were trying to go before? This is going to be a whole area, isn't it? Where can we actually go? Oh, this... Oh, it gets around this side, I see. Bucket! Postcard! Coins. This is a weird area. It's like we're above all that union shit now. I think this was just for those items, that money. I don't think we can get. Whoa. What is this glitching happening? stream, yeah? But I think...
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Look, Lieutenant. Someone left his cloak behind.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
He judges the drop.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Do I? I don't think we have. 3%. Yeah, that's not going to be good.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They are bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it? Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2-meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
So pretty much definitely going to fail that. But if we fail it, does it just hit our health? We do have lots of heals. I'm pretty keen to get at that. Sort of gone so far ahead of things though. Because we actually have so much to do. I think I could double back and get some of these quests done. But we're here now. I think if I fail this, hopefully I can just heal. I can't, like, get around at all, can I? It seems to be that jump. But I think if we make this jump towards my cloak, are we into the industrial complex then? Or am I getting way ahead of ourselves here? Yeah, we're here now. Let's just do it. Dude, I might just die. Is this going to be another heart attack?
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Oh god, here we go. Look at our mans. Dude, why do you need to take a running jump? Just like grab, lean over.
Nope, no. That's still too high.
Oh.
What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
It doesn't look that far at all. And I think if you wanted to jump, that's not the way you would do it, yeah?
You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, what happened?
It's alright, Kim. I just can't do it right now.
I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Savoir faire. Brutal. I was hoping we'd still do it, but just maybe lose some health or something. Damn, I want that pretty bad. So I think that would get us into the industrial complex as well. And get my coat. Bummer. It's at least a lead. Are we done out here then? We can go ask for the key for the
What do you
dumpster.
see?
I'm pretty sure they give us the key. We're the cops and like we want to help them solve it and do this. They wanted us to get this body down though, didn't they? But we puke every time.
There he still is,
Yeah.
looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely
Endurance.
dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
If I put 1 in endurance, I mean, how many points in endurance do I need to be able to mess with that?
There he still is, looking right through you with his
endurance
white eyes.
1.
The body
lock.
below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is
I don't know if I want to talk to this stupid kid again. This just seems like trouble.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Empathy. Figure out what's going down. Oh, wow, we got -1 because we backed down. Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I pushed the panels aside, Kuno.
And then what? You fucking there. You fucking Kuno's kingdom.
He's trying to fuck at you again, Kuno.
What was with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Cool pig head. I liked it. I got one too. This one. It's shit. Should we play along? Just joke with the kid?
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with this kid.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
well played. No one saw that coming.
Ah, that was really funny. Dude, yeah, we can just start messing with the kid. I found a plate covered with powder residue. Is that gonna be pushing it bad? And do we want to try everything?
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that.
After all, what?
Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secret. Kuno's not snitching.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. Yet, that conclusively explains how the coat got up there.
Course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just got a fly pig.
I tried that. It didn't go so well.
Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the fear Kuno style.
I found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Jesus.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
Oh my god. What's with the tube of Magnesolum, Kuno?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was.
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time. Come on, it's just magnesium. Don't mystify it.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Okay.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Kuno, I threw up and I can't investigate the body now. I don't know why that seems like a bad thing to say to this kid, but we're already in pretty deep with this kid anyway.
Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah. Fucking desert.
You're lucky you didn't die there.
Jesus. Maybe you got some advice for me? I mean, you're obviously handling it quite well.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you.
The kid looks to his left, then to his right, and then leans towards you.
What are you? Like 80, right? maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid.
That's right, we're embarrassing ourselves in front of everybody. You're not the first.
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a cunified non-vomiter.
Cunified non-vomiter? Here I come.
Don't ask questions. Roll with it. It will work. I promise.
Really? Oh god, I don't know what I'm getting into here.
That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
It's still 3%, but now we're +1 with the cunified non-vomiter.
You try to, very professionally, look at the corpse, but your stomach contracts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
That didn't work. It was still 3%, wasn't it? I don't think the +1 helped at all.
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring, like a krenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
So if we had some magnesium or something, maybe we could deal with it a bit better. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too.
Well, I don't really want to tell him to do it without me, but that seems to be the option here. Because we can sort of whiz out and say, I don't want to be a cop. Can't we do something else? I think I want to solve something else now. And Kim might not be happy if we make him do it.
That's probably a good idea. Clear our head. But before we can do that,
He withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye.
you need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Alright.
Lonesome. Long way home.
We completed a fort. What the hell is that?
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market. Past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake. The frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees. A small house, no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
I can't get involved in this.
Volumetric shit compressor. It only takes 30 minutes. Temporary research bonus none. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Bizarre. There's so many forts. This is a bit confusing, this fort cabinet, but I'm just gonna think about whatever pops up, I guess. Didn't actually get any magnesium or anything, did we?
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece.
We need magnesium to deal with hangover or come back to look at this body. We can't do the empathy check on this kid. It's
Fuck, does Kuno care?
too hectic. Or we get the
Kuno
key to go in the dumpster. Was this all just this? There's nowhere else to go, was there? Backyard area. We could go up around. There's a way to get into the industrial area, but we are not fit enough. Alright. I should probably heal our morale a bit. I guess. If it's down and we have heals, I should heal it. Seems logical. We did skill logic. It's starting to get later. It's almost 8. So people will start packing it in around 9. Whoa. It's all different in here now. Oh, it's popping off in here now. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today starts in a man's handwriting.
Can I help you?
So I can pay him now.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do I owe you again?
A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
Okay, so we're nowhere near. Like, actually, like a full 130?
Like what? I was rarely enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Jeez, okay, we're nowhere near. Dude, 130? That's a lot.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
I think that's implied. That's what we're asking. It's this establishment's trash can, yes?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor? Is it? I feel like every place locks up their bins for the reasons you gave. I don't think it's really that callous. But our rhetoric is telling us to prod.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Yeah, it's pretty logical.
Krasmazov, Nomdegir was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Yum, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Oh. Well, I'm no Kraz Mazov.
No one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
I thought this encyclopedia was me sort of internalizing thoughts in my brain. Oh, because I see. I literally said it out loud. Because of the quotation marks, I think it was weeding me out. Like, why did Kim just respond to me? I thought I was internalizing thoughts here. But I think the yum tell me more without the quotation marks. I think I actually said this out loud. So Kim's just like, no one was implying you were.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them
Figured
back
he would
once
give
you're
it to
done,
us.
please.
It's like, dude, we're the cops. There's a crime scene. We want to look in the bin, obviously. It helps everybody, so I'm glad he cooperates. I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard. Oh, that's right. This is Guard. This is the guy who asked that girl out. I forgot who Guard was. I don't think I want to push the Sylvie thing. I'm not doing that. I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard. I think I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
It's after 1600. The sign said reserve starting 1600. Why isn't anyone in the mess hall?
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or laying low after the, lynching.
Why is that?
They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and that's why.
Good guess.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
Make things a little too easy and obvious, wouldn't it?
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Another thing. Great. Yes?
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Come on, don't be like that.
Absolutely.
In the question.
The question.
Yeah.
First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Hell yeah.
Your body is ready, sire.
Your body, my body is ready. Got Reggie memes. I don't think I'm going to ask for a drink. No, I don't think he's going to give me one. We owe him so much money.
Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
A giant bird? No. I don't think it is.
It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing. It is but an imitation.
No. There's nothing there. Let's just say nothing.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this?
He shakes the imaginary shaker furiously.
Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker?
Alright,
No.
we get it. We get
Do
it.
you know why?
Dude, we get it. Because you're not a bartender?
That's right. I'm the cafeteria manager. I'm glad we cleared that. Was there anything else?
Calm down. Hey, we got 5 XP from like pissing you off, I guess.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
We did have a quest to get a drink. Find booze and drink it. Like, we are a full-blown alcoholic. Maybe it would be good just to have a little bit of a taste. I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, then you need to insert alcohol into my mouth.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple?
Pineapple.
Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it. Do I have a...
It's not a shake.
I don't think we're going to get a drink out of him.
Am I smiling? Do you see me? That's right.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
You don't understand the seriousness of the situation. I'm an alcoholic. I need my fix.
Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir. Was there anything else you needed other than alcohol?
Dude, the Sylvie thing, I'm so curious if we push the Sylvie romance line, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to piss them both off. I think we've made this guy angry enough. We got the key for the dumpster.
Hey.
Dude, our rhetoric is just going crazy. Look around.
Psst. Hey, you.
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again.
I am?
You've built it before.
I have?
They've built it before.
They have?
Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love?
Yes.
too?
We should all stop building love. I should not be too pessimistic, nihilistic here. Just can't argue with that.
So, what about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners,
Sodomize?
impale all people who have
Impale?
more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I've said some mildly left. That's a bit extreme. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. God, the word use is so good in this. Masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big
communism builder?
Or do we get right down to it?
What is our rhetoric saying to us here? Why have we become full commie?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
Sheesh. Where is all this coming from?
You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
The Last Communist. Sounds like the name of an action movie.
Now get to work, comrade.
Roll up your sleeves and start building communism? Dude, communism's never sort of worked, has it? It's like the idea of it is something to be discussed, but really... This is the opt-out sounds so lame. It's too tiring. I don't have it in me. I'm beat down and broken. We're going to roll up our sleeves and start building communism. It sounds so much more positive, but
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what? Firing squads? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. Oh, it's a fort. Make Zovian social economics. Temporary research bonus -2 visual calculus. Why would I want to do that if it is -2 to a good stat? The art is really cool on these. The art's actually really good on these. Like, what is this? It's like a hat and a shirt and an arm. And it's just like... It's the bottle. Is that like a little baby or something? What is happening in these art pieces are crazy. Looks like a Dark Souls boss or something. People think communism was some crazy idea that had come up 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right. Until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. I mean, for real though, why would I do it when it's like -2 stats? Crazy. Every time I think of figuring out this game, I actually have no idea what's going on. Ooh, this door's open. I'm going to run to the kitchen really quick. Oh, hold on. Need a drink? Brr, it's a bit chilly. Oh, a bit chilly here. Active forts alter dialogue options? fort bonuses differ for research and completion. Active forts alter dialogue options, so maybe that's why we would want to think about communism. It would give us -2 to visual calculus, but we would have more dialogue options? Sheesh, this stuff's wild. Seems to be so many different ways to do things that honestly I'm not going to try to do everything too perfect. I'm just going to rock it. Is there anything pressing? We've only got like 40 minutes until people start going to bed. Turning with the balcony after 10. So Kim packs it up at 10. Find out who is in the union box. Is that where I'm about to walk into? Is that like... What's this? This guy's still KO? He's been there for the entire day. Is he dead?
The worker is in a deep slumber.
+1 ruckus talking to guard.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
He's been there all day. Dude just rants about money. There's so many different lines. I think it's gone back. No, this is just a kitchen. Hello.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's
cook.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please, it's not funny.
Oh, now I want to do it so much if you say it's not funny. Hello, sir. I got time for a few questions.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Out of duty. You might find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. as a side investigation.
I'm surprised he even asked. Like, of course, we're poking at everything, trying to get some leads.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
The door is a mega investigation. I'm calling it. Behind the blue door. The door in the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
It's hardly worth a title. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Secret passage.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably.
Wondering about it is, of course,
Exactly, yeah.
what he's been doing for 10 years.
Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Bummer.
Volumetric ship compressor.
Good
Bizarre
lord.
scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Reminds me, is it a Rick and Morty bit? So you got to get your shit together. Like your shit, they go on that full rant. Wrap it up in a little package or whatever. And get your shit, just put it all together. A full rant, whatever it is. Our shit is together. Yeah, get ammonia from the gardener or the Fritz store. It's getting late. I think the store's probably already closed. From the gardener. Who was the gardener? I forget who the gardener was. I remember there's a store where you could just buy some mag. Who was the gardener again? Was it her? Yeah, with the barrel?
Hello again,
Yeah.
officer.
Do you still have
How
your
are
salts?
things? Sure.
Oh,
I'm
that was
done with
easy.
them.
Cool. Thank you. She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
He just does that all day, huh? Okay, how do I use it, or should I poke at this first? And there'll be a prompt?
There he still is, looking right
Oh, there we
through
go.
you with his white eyes.
Oh, my shit's
The body
together as
below
well.
is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Now we're on 83%. We got our shit together. I think that was the main thing. Wrapping it all up in a neat little
Crack
package.
open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
I'm such a big fan of all the art. Like, the game itself looks good, but all of these, like the paintings, the forts, and internalizations, these are really cool. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh. Phantasmagoria 2? Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Industrial strength belt. I mean, everything points to a bunch of the Union people got together and hung this guy in a big lynching mob.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Which is a big clue, I guess.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Sabatons, huh? Is that what that means? Isn't that the name of that band?
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
What? We're paying... What? The lieutenant's notebook. Okay. What? With the notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the souls. Now we're just focusing on his notebook? Tell me about the armor.
It's clearly some manner of super armor. Or future armor. Super future armor. I'm useless.
Power armor? Going full Fallout?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't.
But, as in, like he was in a full suit of armor and they took the rest and left the boots?
We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
Kuno, oh my god, I doubt he's actually going to be helpful. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor? The armor... Oh, the armor! Could that be how he weighs so much? The 200 kilos thing? With someone wearing armor wouldn't be that heavy though.
No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags.
Precious underneath his clothes. Strip beforehand to demean him. Or ask where his clothes.
Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red hat thing.
I hear you, cop, talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face.
Just tell Kuno to go fuck himself. What if they told him to strip before they hung him? To demean him.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
What? Are you trying to ignore me now, fuckface?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring, and the guy's a total vitupaz.
Vitupaz. Yeah, I am just ignoring that stupid kid. This material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Sheesh.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Ka-ching, baby. Nod to the boots. I mean, yeah, God. What if we jack the boots? That's a lot, I take it.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run your finger over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
Why would I lie about this to Kim? Why would it even give that option? I don't want to lie to Kim about this. That seems like a strange option. Why would I want to lie to Kim about some of the best information or lead that we've got?
That doesn't sound like a serial number. Where's the structure and logic of a line of manufacture projects? Well, no matter. We should run it anyway.
True, it didn't have the cadence and logic of a real manufactured item.
Wait, I think that was the lie? And I should have said this?
Officer, the decomposing corpse has temporarily suspended my sense of humor. Let's continue in a less playful manner.
Yeah, I've confused myself now. What was actually the
We
number?
have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Cool. Alright, so we can go and make a call at the car. Pull the boot off. I mean, sure.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Maybe we shouldn't try. Just leave it.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
I'll have a look at the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind, for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbour did it, which seems like the most obvious path so far. I sure wanted him to stay up there. We're assuming dock workers?
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You?
I mean, it makes sense. It seems too obvious, but...
70% of the cases I get are just filling in the blanks on the initial report. This belt worries me.
I sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. Yeah, like these little steel bits to make sure.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
If they, like, chucked it and just got it over the edge. Because, yeah, with the shape of the branch, you could just make a hole and sort of throw it up there and then tighten it.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Oh, that's not good. Is this a microelectronic system?
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, is it?
We're missing something here.
I agree.
A sudden ring fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Just let him do his thing.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces 2 metal-capped ampoules, and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then...
A sound.
Whoa.
A shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says as he shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later, without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Subaquatic terrors.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Medium 11. Tell me, who are you, dead man? This is medium. As in, like, mind reading type shit? 58%, we gotta try it.
I'm gone.
He's speaking to us now. What the fuck is this medium success? I hate you. You stink and you're boring. It would be fun to just do a dickhead run from this and just like say and do all the worst things. I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Okay. I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Coppo.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony.
Copperoony?
Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me questions.
Here you go, you loony.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
I do strike myself as a Rooney.
No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Well, at this point, I feel like we're just... this is just craziness. I don't think we're actually some sort of medium. I think we're just sort of talking to ourselves. What happens if we actually say this? I hate you, you stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
Harlequinism? A baby affected with harlequinism?
You sure I got out of that one? Coppellini. Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Weird. I didn't see the text for that. Squint and take a step back?
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink. Thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
Gross.
So, what do you think?
I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
For some reason, my brain would like the pink to be more pronounced, especially in the neck.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. Dumont noté.
Could it still be he was moved after death? Maybe he was strangled by someone?
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet.
Gross.
Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Wow. Sheesh. I mean, 3's a little tempting just to tell the kid to shut up. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death.
Maybe.
He doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I think he's dead.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
Let's,
Sure, the corpse looks by, oblivious. Black decay liquid drops from his knee to his boot. But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Of course. You have come back later, Corpo.
Sounds like we might be able to get him down.
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Should we try to get him down, or is there anything else we could do first? Oh, we haven't interacted. Photo of tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside a radio computer or an old filament memory, but not quite.
Similar to what we saw in that room earlier? Who are you?
Gone.
What's the meaning of this tattoo?
For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
That's why we should have done this earlier before we went poking at all these other things. Should we just pull him down?
The man before you is naked.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Can't someone else do it? We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Ask for help from the harbor?
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
True.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Someone else? You mean like the police?
I mean, someone who's below detective.
Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. That is a detective. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Maybe we could shoot him down.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
The buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
I'll miss with my stats. Let him choose?
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight
Ooh,
firearm.
Kin's keen to try it?
He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
Kim's actually going to try it. He's usually the more logical voice of reason here. It stops me from the stupid ideas. I'm pretty sure of my stats. There's no way we're going to do it. Could level it up. We did just get a level. I want to hit something up the top. Is Kim gonna hit this?
That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it, partner.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
No.
Fucking idiot! Look about asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
We could hassle him about it, but there must be other ways to get this done. What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
I don't think us trying would do any good.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Point the gun at the Kuno ass. Shut up.
Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
I don't know how you went to that conclusion.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick, with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Sheesh. 28%'s not great. No. I hit the body. How do you hit the
A
body?
plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing,
Oh no,
you
that's
lower
bad.
the
This
weapon
is
to
always a
see.
bad idea, wasn't it? Well, I don't want to go and ask the harbour people.
You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin.
Oh
No
god, that was a
blood,
bad idea.
Only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
Start crying. You're sensitive. I don't want to do this anymore. This is boring. These are all shitty responses, but we did just take a morale hit. These kids
I
berating us.
Police work is overrated. It is trying and stressful. However, it is still our job to get the dead body down from the tree.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Yeah, let's totally give the gun to this kid. We're not giving you the gun, kid.
That's preposterous. What are you, a fucking earl?
We still need to get him down somehow.
But how?
The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
Won't it be dangerous?
To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Evrard Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches.
What's wrong with being indebted to Everard Clare?
He's a dangerous and corrupt man, and we cannot predict what he will want from us in return.
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitches.
From the gates. By negotiating or fighting. Or we can try the secret route we found, where your cloak is. It looked doable.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
Brutal. We got a bunch of things to do. But it's getting late. It's 9:40. I don't think we're making that jump anytime soon.
tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one
We're not getting that anytime soon. Yeah, we're getting stuck in a few ways now.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Oh, I might pack it up soon. It's getting late. God, it's been over 7 hours. I think we might GG it soon. We needed to call up about something.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
We're on the serial number for the armor for the boots from that guy.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Alrighty.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP,
Insane
is
Clown
an
Posse.
inter-Isolari law enforcement service. The crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
No, and I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
We could have like put one in that before we tried to shoot it down, but should we level up? Damage -2. Our volition is down. Why is our volition down? Damage -2? Empathy seems alright. Authority. Esprit de corps. Connects to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. Dude, drama's been alright, to be honest. I don't know, I feel like everything's sort of, I'm looking at the numbers, but when you put a point in something and the fact way it becomes full colored, I feel like just putting 1 point in something, does that just do anything cool, or? No idea what we should pick. Good drama. There's still like people we haven't talked to, areas we haven't explored and stuff. I haven't been down here at all, have I?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
I think I'm good for now. I think I'm going to pack it up. I'm phasing out a bit. It's been over 7 hours. And we're going to have to get into... It's late. Both in-game and IRL. And we're going to start getting into a whole bunch of other stuff here. I'm going to have to start thinking about what we're going to do. Or just start talking to people, I guess. There's areas we still haven't explored. Things we haven't done. But I'm probably going to pack it up there for now. Oh, God. Time flies with that stuff. Can't believe it's been 7 hours already.